When you think of China, what comes to mind? The Great Wall stretching across mountains? Ancient emperors ruling vast kingdoms? Or maybe bustling cities with futuristic skyscrapers? Hit subscribe and unlock the past. China is a country that blends the oldest traditions with the fastest modern changes. It's one of the world's oldest civilizations, and today, it's also one of the most powerful nations on Earth. So let's travel back in time, and also take a look at modern life to discover what makes China so fascinating. China's history goes back more than 5,000 years. It is often called one of the cradles of civilization. Ancient Chinese people developed writing, agriculture, and organized government very early compared to many other parts of the world. One of the first dynasties we know about is the Shang dynasty around 1600 BC. They used bronze, created early forms of writing on bones and shells, and believed strongly in the power of ancestors. After them came the Zhou dynasty, who introduced the idea of the mandate of heaven. This meant rulers claimed they had the blessing of heaven itself, and if they were cruel or weak, they could lose it. It was also during this time that some of the world's greatest thinkers were born in China, like Confucius, whose teachings about respect, duty, and morality shaped Chinese culture for centuries. Fast forward to the Qin dynasty in 221 BC. This was the dynasty that gave China its name. Emperor Qin Shi Huang was a powerful leader who united the warring states into one empire. He ordered the construction of the first version of the Great Wall of China to keep out northern invaders. He was also buried with the famous Terracotta Army, thousands of life-sized clay soldiers meant to protect him in the afterlife. After Qin came the Han dynasty, which lasted over 400 years. This was a golden age. The Chinese invented paper, developed the Silk Road trade routes, and advanced in science, medicine, and technology. The Silk Road connected China to Europe and the Middle East, making it the center of global trade. Over the centuries, many more dynasties rose and fell. The Tang, the Song, the Yuan under Mongol rule, the Ming, and the Qing. Each left behind incredible achievements. The Tang dynasty was famous for poetry and art. The Song dynasty brought inventions like gunpowder, the compass, and printing. The Ming dynasty gave us the beautiful Forbidden City in Beijing and more sections of the Great Wall. By the time of the Qing dynasty, which ruled until the early 1900s, China was vast and diverse. But it also faced challenges: invasions, rebellions, and pressure from European powers who wanted to control trade. In the 19th century, China suffered through what's called the Century of Humiliation. Foreign powers forced unfair trade deals, and wars like the Opium Wars weakened the empire. By 1911, the Qing dynasty collapsed, and imperial rule ended after thousands of years. In its place came the Republic of China, but it struggled with warlords, civil war, and the Japanese invasion during World War II. After years of chaos, in 1949, the People's Republic of China was founded under Mao Zedong and the Communist Party. Life under Mao was tough. Campaigns like the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution caused hardship, famine, and political violence. Millions of lives were lost, and China was closed off from much of the outside world. But things began to change in the late 1970s when Deng Xiaoping came to power. He introduced economic reforms, opening China to global trade and investment. Farmers could sell their crops, private businesses could grow, and special economic zones attracted foreign companies. This shift transformed China. In just a few decades, it went from a poor, rural nation to the world's second-largest economy. Cities like Shanghai, Beijing, and Shenzhen exploded with skyscrapers, technology, and modern lifestyles. Still, China never forgot its traditions. Festivals like the Spring Festival, Chinese New Year, are celebrated with fireworks, family gatherings, and the iconic red decorations. The Dragon Boat Festival, Mid-Autumn Festival, and rituals honoring ancestors remain part of everyday life. Chinese culture also gave the world martial arts, from Kung Fu to Tai Chi, as well as calligraphy, tea culture, and some of the world's greatest inventions: paper, gunpowder, the compass, and printing. And of course, we can't forget Chinese cuisine. From dim sum in Cantonese culture to spicy Sichuan dishes, noodles, dumplings, and Peking duck, Chinese food is loved around the world. Each region has its own flavors and traditions, making it one of the richest food cultures anywhere. Today, China is both ancient and modern. You can walk through the Forbidden City in Beijing, built 600 years ago, then step onto a high-speed train that races faster than most planes. You can climb the Great Wall, then pay for your lunch with just a phone app. It's a country of contrasts. Emperors and communism, ancient temples and megacities, rice paddies and futuristic technology hubs. And this is just the beginning of our journey into China. In the next part, we'll dive even deeper into modern China, its rise as a superpower, its role in global politics, and how it continues to balance tradition with innovation.